Necrobotics, turning the dead into robots. You heard that right. We're turning old deceased granny into a robot. Too dark. Researchers at Rice University, I had to Google it to make sure I wasn't getting pranked here. Turns out there is a Rice University, named after William Marsh Rice. Worked on taking a deceased spider and putting it straight to work. They made it into a gripper, with the ability to pick up other objects. So how was this done? Half the spider becomes a cyborg. Maybe they went full Frankenstein on this spider. Nanomachines? Nope, it was just air. Yeah, they injected air into the spider. And this worked because a spider's limbs are essentially like hydraulics, which use hemolymph, spider's version of blood, to move and attack. So unfortunately, we're not at the stage where we're getting Robocops, but we are definitely at the stage where we could make some really traumatizing puppet shows. Just give it a couple years. Who knows what Rice University students could do next? Gen AI Search, the AI that might know you a bit too well. Okay, imagine Google, but it knows everything about you. More than the normal cookie taking, selling your search terms, knows you Googled how to peel a banana, level of know you. Look, peeling a banana is weird. You have to pinch from the bottom people. This is search that doesn't just find stuff for you. It finds stuff about you. Need to remember where you put that photo from 2019 of your dog in a Halloween costume? Boom, it finds it. Need to pull that PDF with tax info you downloaded 2 phones ago? It's got it. But it goes beyond that. This kind of AI reads through your emails, your files, your photos, your messages, basically your entire digital life, and connects the dots. You can ask it something super specific like, where did I leave off in that book I was reading last summer? Or, what did Sarah say about the wedding in that email from March? And it'll pull that up like a magical, hyper-organised assistant. It doesn't just search. It understands context, relevance, and you. We're basically talking about your own personal Jarvis, or Siri, or Cortana, but smarter. Like her from the movie Smart. Just, maybe don't fall in love with it. Google, if you're listening, just don't use Scarlett Johansson as a voice. And what's exciting is how this can evolve. Imagine integrating it with your fridge, your calendar, even your wardrobe. You could say, hey AI, what should I wear for that wedding next month in Italy? And it would instantly factor in the weather forecast, your full wardrobe, your flight itinerary, and even the overall vibe of the venue based on the invitation or past events. How would you feel about an assistant that knows that much about your life? One that can suggest what to pack based on your travel history, or recommend what groceries to buy based on what you've actually eaten this week. Does that sound helpful? Or just a little creepy? It's the kind of convenience that feels like magic, until you remember it's all built from your data. It's like you made your stalker your personal assistant. Cattle burping remedies. No moo Mr. Nice Guy. So we know that cows burp a lot. And it turns out those burps are a surprisingly massive problem. In fact, livestock emissions, mostly from burps, make up nearly 14% of all human-caused greenhouse gases, and methane is about 80 times more potent than carbon dioxide in the short term. Just one cow can produce up to 154 to 264 pounds of methane through belching. Multiply that by the 1.5 billion cows on the planet, and you've got a climate challenge that literally stinks. But scientists have found a fix, food supplements, that literally make cow burps less gassy. For real. It sounds like a joke, but this could cut down agriculture-related emissions big time, and that would be a huge deal. If widely adopted, this could be one of the most accessible and scalable ways to significantly reduce methane emissions worldwide. We're talking about a solution that doesn't require overhauling entire industries or technologies, just tweaking what cows eat. It's a small change with a potentially massive global impact, making it one of the most promising tools we have in the fight against climate change. Just think, a global climate shift, thanks to better cow snacks. Sometimes the biggest problems have the most surprisingly simple solutions. Robot taxis. Welcome to Blade Runner. Ever been in an Uber with a driver that says nothing the whole ride? It's like you're riding with no one at all. So what if that actually happened? In places like Los Angeles, people are already getting rides from cars that drive themselves. No human, just you, the car, and a robot brain. These robotaxis use a combination of GPS, radar, LiDAR, and real-time cameras to navigate roads, detect obstacles, read traffic signals, and make decisions on the fly. They're constantly analysing the environment, pedestrians, other vehicles, even road debris, and updating their responses in milliseconds. It's like having a self-aware GPS that's not only giving directions but actually driving you there. The more these vehicles are on the road, the more they learn. With every trip, they gather new data to improve their driving models, making them smarter and safer over time. And the goal: fewer accidents, less traffic, and rides that feel smooth, efficient, and effortless. It's a peek into a future where your commute might just be the most relaxing part of your day. Sure, one friend told me their robotaxi got confused and drove in circles for 20 minutes. But here's the thing, that's not just quirky, it's kind of alarming. If a robot car can't figure out where it's going in a basic neighbourhood loop, what happens in more complex or unpredictable scenarios? Construction zones, emergency vehicles, a sudden detour, can it handle those smoothly? And who do you even call when your driver is a computer? These are the kinds of hiccups that show we might be putting a bit too much trust in tech that's still figuring things out. These robot-driven cars are learning all the time. They might get confused by a construction sign today, but by next year, they'll probably be better drivers than us. Cleaner, everything. Greener days ahead. You might not always notice it, but the world is trying to get cleaner, and the tech behind that is seriously cool. We're talking greener jet fuel, eco-friendly steel and iron, cleaner farming, and hopefully cars that are more than just buzzwords with batteries. And it matters. Big time. Cleaner technology means less pollution in our air and water, fewer carbon emissions warming up the planet, and smarter ways to use resources without burning through them. It's not just about being eco-friendly, it's about building a future that's actually livable. More clean tech means healthier cities, more resilient infrastructure, and innovations that can power progress without wrecking the environment in the process. It's not just the right thing to do, it might be the only way forward. Take hybrids, for example. They might not be as flashy as all-electric cars, but they're efficient, affordable, and here now. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. We're also seeing massive growth in electric bikes and scooters, which are transforming how people get around cities. There are solar-powered homes, community wind energy projects, and even hydrogen fuel cell buses hitting the streets. And let's not forget geothermal heating systems popping up in residential areas. The bottom line? Clean tech isn't some far-off dream. It's already starting to show up in everyday life, one smart idea at a time. We're seeing huge strides in renewable materials too, stuff like biodegradable plastics that actually break down and factories that reuse nearly 100% of their water. But what's next? Imagine clothing made from lab-grown fibres that require zero pesticides or water waste. Construction materials that absorb carbon dioxide as they harden, or smart packaging that dissolves in water without harming the environment. We could even see electronics designed with completely recyclable components, cutting down on e-waste in a major way. Or what about a hemp car? Oh wait, we did a video on that. Check it out here. Stem cells. It's happening for real this time. We've heard about stem cells forever, right? They've been hyped as the miracle cure for almost everything, regenerating organs, healing spinal cord injuries, reversing blindness, curing chronic diseases, even maybe stopping aging itself. For years, stem cells were the poster child for what the future of medicine could be, even if we didn't quite know how to unlock their full potential. But now, we're finally seeing real results. New breakthroughs are tackling things like epilepsy and type 1 diabetes. For example, researchers at the University of Cambridge have been working on stem cell-derived insulin-producing cells that could eventually eliminate the need for insulin injections for type 1 diabetics. Imagine a world where you can ditch the needles and just let your body handle it. Damn, that's some king energy. Meanwhile, in epilepsy research, scientists have used neural stem cells in experimental treatments that reduce seizures by regenerating damaged brain tissue, basically like sending a repair crew into your brain with tiny tool belts. It's cutting-edge science with serious potential, and also sounds like the premise for the most mediocre sci-fi movie ever, and there's even more promise in cancer treatment. At the Stem Cell Institute, scientists recently made a discovery using blood stem cells from mice, revealing that a common diabetes drug could be repurposed to fight a particularly aggressive form of leukemia. By studying how these stem cells react, researchers were able to identify a potential way to target and suppress the cancerous cells, offering hope for more effective treatments with fewer side effects. Clinical trials in humans could follow soon, and if successful, it might lead to groundbreaking therapies for blood cancers. These developments are still in the early stages, but they show the real-world potential of stem cells to treat and maybe one day cure conditions that have plagued humanity for decades. We're talking about science fiction slowly becoming science fact. And yeah, we're not quite at the grow a new arm stage, but hey, we've come a long way from just poking at petri dishes and hoping for the best. Single atom photocatalysis. Yes, I had a lot of trouble saying this. How did you know? The name sounds like something from Star Trek. Single atom photocatalysis. What is it? It's basically ultra-precise chemistry at an atomic level. Imagine controlling chemical reactions not just at the molecular level, but one single atom at a time. That's the idea behind single atom photocatalysis, a name that sounds like people would say, bless you, if you said it too fast. Scientists are finding ways to use single metal atoms as catalysts, dramatically increasing efficiency while using less material. It's like replacing your entire kitchen with one tiny, magical chef who never spills anything and somehow cooks everything perfectly. Wow, these metaphors are getting a little unhinged, eh? These microscopic maestros help trigger clean chemical reactions with minimal waste and much lower energy requirements. Think of it as doing surgery with a laser scalpel instead of a sledgehammer, or trying to change a light bulb with tweezers instead of a wrecking ball. It's a potential game changer for making everything from medications to solar fuels cleaner, greener, and way more sustainable. That's it, I'm switching it up. Okay, we've been dealing with a lot of really cool futuristic technology, but the names are starting to send me. So much so that I have now created a challenge for you. I'm going to list off 6 names, and you have to tell me, which of them do you think are real technology, and which did I make up? Hope you're ready. 1. Edge AI. 2. Ultra thin. 2. D materials. 3. Quantum compilers. 4. Photonic integrated circuits. 5. Miniaturized quantum systems. 6. 4D bioprinting. If you said any of those were made up, you're wrong. They're all real. Honestly, guys, you're doing amazing stuff here, but we really need a better name, guy. Need something sexier. Although Edge AI is, moving on. So, which future tech are you most excited about? Is it the mini-brain AIs, the methane-fighting moo pills, or are you just thinking about how I tricked you? Hit that like, drop a comment, and stay tuned for more episodes. We'll be here, waiting for our personal AI assistants to finish editing this video.